topic is a little bit different. It's not Tehillim. Our topic is Tsnius, and I want to approach it a little bit from a different angle, not the usual angle, I think. Okay, and I want to first read you a midrash that is from Yalkut Shimoni. What's everybody here is from America or no?
No.
No. Okay. Like none of you are from America.
Well, I'm the American.
You're American. Okay. Where are you from?
London. London.
You're London, and you?
Costa Rica.
From
Costa Rica.
Costa Rica? Really? Okay. And you? America, and you? New Jersey. Oh, okay. Very American.
That's kind of American.
And you? Where are you from? London. Okay. So most of the people, and you, I'm sorry, where are you from? Israel. Okay. So most of the people understand English, right? Yeah.
And we've got more people from other places here.
Where are you from? I never asked you.
Israel.
Israel?
But they used to be English teachers.
Oh, I didn't know Israeli. Okay, good.
And you're from out of.
You're from?
Me?
Yeah.
Local Yoko.
And
Not from, but I'm here.
Alrighty.
and from England, we have another England person.
Right. She told me.
Oh, okay, all right.
So, anyways, I just wanted to make sure that I can speak and people will understand me. A midrash from Yalkut Shimoni. It's the Torah is divided to the Torah has 4 different levels that you can learn from, and one of the levels is called midrash. A midrash means the story behind the story. The Torah is giving you only the concise, very, very, very how do you call it, like a inclusive kind of detail of statements, and then if you want to know the story behind, the feelings behind, the drama behind, you need to go to the midrash, basically. All right? The Torah itself is very, very, very short. Whatever you need to know for a lesson for life, it tells you. Whatever you don't, it's not going to tell you. Hello. So the midrash, Yalkut Shimoni says like this, and listen to that. Vayiven Elokim. That's when Hashem creates Chava. All right? Where did he take her from? How did he create her? First, it was a man and I don't know if everybody knows it, but first it was a man and a woman stuck together. Okay? In other words, they were back to back, faces backwards. All right? So they did not face each other. They basically were back to back. There was no real relationship because you cannot have a relationship back to back. And then Hashem basically makes an operation and he divides the two. And from the rib that he takes, he creates Chava, okay? And that Chava is now the woman. Before that, when we say Adam is really man and woman together, but we used to calling it Adam is the male and Chava is the female. Now, where it says like this, Hashem, Vayiven Hashem. Vayiven means he built. But the Yiven also from the word Bina, Lidbonen. Ma ze Lidbonen? Vayiven, build, right? He built her. He built her from the rib. But Vayiven is from the word lehitbonen, is to contemplate, right? To think and to contemplate. Hi. Where am I going to build her from? Hi. Do you know that we have a different topic today? Oh. Yes. Okay. So, ubchen. Which means, Vayiven Hashem, hitbonen. He was contemplating. God was contemplating. In other words, thinking. Mehechan livrota. Where should I build her from? Where should I create Chava from? You have here a whole body. Where should I create her from? And the midrash goes like this. Lo bara ota min harosh. He did not create her from the head. Why? So she wouldn't be light-headed. Okay? Lo min ha'ain. Not from the eye. So she wouldn't be curious. Okay? Not min the ear, not from the ear. Why? So she wouldn't be, how do you call it? Hello? Eavesdropper, okay? So she wouldn't be listening to everything, okay? Girls. Lo min ha'peh, he did not create her from the mouth. Shelo tiyeh dabranit, so she wouldn't be talkative. Too talkative, blabbermouth, okay? Continue. He did not create her from the heart, so she wouldn't be jealous. The heart is the jealousy part, right? So she wouldn't be jealous. He did not create her from the hand, so she wouldn't be touching everything. Yeah, wanting to feel everything. Continue. But, he did not create her from the leg, so she wouldn't be running from here to there, looking for action. Okay? People's faces say it all. What did he create her from? Ela mimakom tsanua ba'adam. He created her from a hidden place in the man, a hidden place in the person, a rib that always is covered, whether you have clothes or not, it's covered. The rib is covered with your flesh and blood and so on and so forth. Okay, and listen to that. And every part that he created, he told her, "Hey Tsnua, hey Tsnua, hey Tsnua, be Tsnius, be Tsnius, be Tsnius." I created you from a Tsnius place, from a modest place. Every part, every stage of the creation was be Tsnius, be Tsnius, be Tsnius. Now I want to say that the Midrash continues and said that even though he didn't create us from all these things, we became all these things.
Because it was. I mean, it wasn't the whole thing like from the head to the toe, back to back.
Yeah.
So it's all of that.
Right, but he created her bottom line from like one part. This is the part that he took her from. It goes together. I understand what you're saying. If it's operation, it's everything together.
Mm-hmm.
But the what he like started from, what the, how do you call it, the foundation
Oh,
from
like
was
the
rib.
initial incision, so to speak.
Exactly, it was the
Okay.
rib. Okay?
All right.
So then the Midrash says, and by the way, even though I did not create her from this, she became that. Even though I didn't, like, do you want me to tell you which one it is? Yeah? Not so complimenting us. He did not create her from the legs because she wouldn't be outgoing and going from place to place. And then he says, "But it said Dina bat le'ah." That's what Dina did. Okay. It did not create her from the mouth so she wouldn't be talkative, blabbermouth. And then it says, "Vatedaber Miriam," and Miriam spoke about her brother Moshe. Okay. He did not create her from the hands so she wouldn't touch. And then it says, "V'Rachel took her father's stuff." You know, she touched everything. Then it says he did not create her from, what else did I tell you? From the heart so she wouldn't be jealous, and says, "Vatekane Rachel be'achota." Rachel was jealous of her sister, and so on and so forth. But one thing is for sure happening, that the rib that God created us from, that with this rib he kept saying, "Beat Tsnius, beat Tsnius, beat Tsnius." This is who we are. You understand? It wasn't a wish. It wasn't even a command. It was giving us the strength, giving us the character of this is who you are. And every time you will not be that, you're basically going against your true nature, which is not good for anybody to go against their true nature. No lion, if he's trying to be a cat, will be a successful cat. You understand what I'm saying? The moment you go against your nature, you become a frustrated human being. So every time we go against this nature of Tsnius, we become a frustrated human being. Now let's understand a little bit before moving on is, what is Tsnius really? What does it mean that Hashem created us and He tells us, "Bit Tsnius, bit Tsnius, bit"? What does it mean? Does it mean this? Does it mean this? What does it mean? What does it mean? All right. Ready? You'll be surprised. When the Gemara talks about Tsnius, it's not talking at all about clothing or about dancing boys and girls or about going on the bus in two separate seats. It doesn't talk about all these things. When it says Tsnius, he gives 3 different examples. It's all in Masechet Megillah. The 3 different examples that he gives is Rachel, Shaul, Esther. Okay? Again, Rachel Imenu, Shaul, King Saul, and Esther, Queen Esther. The Midrash adds one more person in between Rachel and Shaul, and he adds Binyamin. Okay? What is Tsnius? If this is the case, what is Tsnius? It says, "B'zchut tzniut shehayta ba berachel," in the merit of the Tsnius that Rachel Imenu had, she gave birth to Shaul. Her great-great-great-great-grandson is Shaul HaMelech from Shevet Binyamin, nachon? And also b'zchut of his Tsnius, he gave birth to, later on, Esther. Queen Esther was also from Shevet Binyamin. The Midrash, Megillah, Masechet Megillah. Ze Masechet Megillah. Masechet Megillah is in the Gemara, the Talmud. Okay? So Masechet Megillah, it says, "B'zchut tzniut Tzniut, girls. He calls it Tzniut. This is Tsnius. That Rachel had. Shehaita Berachel. She gave birth to Shaul, who gave birth to Esther, which means all three of these people exemplify Tzniut. So you would imagine, and then the Midrash also says the same exact words. He just adds one more person over here, Binyamin. Now for each one of their Tzniut, they give a pasuk. Okay? Which pasuk do they give for each one of them? And you'll see that the pasukim is not really what you usually think about the word Tsnius. Okay? Do you understand what I'm doing now? What am I doing now? What am I doing? Defining what is Tsnius, and it's not what we imagine. Okay? Rachel. You would imagine that Rachel would be something about her tznius, something about that her father came to check. She didn't move from the camel. She didn't move because she was tznius, and so on and so forth. She had her period. She said she had her period, and she didn't move from the camel. She was a very tznius person. You would imagine that this is the pasuk, the verse that the Gemara is going to bring. The Gemara says, Rachel simanim shenatna le'achota. I'm saying it in my own words. The codes that she gave to her sister, and she did not tell Yaakov Avinu. Say it again. I don't want to translate because it's my words, but I'm explaining to you what it is. Yeah, the fact that she kept her secret, that she knew that her sister is going into the chuppah with Yaakov instead of her, and she did let him know. Yaakov Avinu was deceived not just by Lavan, not just by Leah, also by Rachel. We don't see any confrontation between him and Rachel about it. But bottom line, she had a secret and she did not tell it to Yaakov. More than that, she actually, the signs that he gave her, because he knew that Lavan is going to cheat him, so he gave her signs. Those signs she gave to Leah. This is the definition that the Gemara calls Tsnius. You understand what I'm saying? Not talking about the length of her skirt. Then, Shaul, there's so many examples to give about his tznius. You know, how do we call a modest person? A person that doesn't want to show off, a person that's shy, right? That's how you call him modest. He lives modestly. That's tznius, right? Shaul HaMelech, there's so many examples that you could give how he was so tznius. For example, when Shmuel HaNavi came to crown him in front of the whole Israel, right? Where was he?
In the luggage.
In the luggage. He was hiding. He went to hide. Can you imagine the President of America now being, how do you call this, crowned, how do you call it?
Inaugurated.
Inaugurated, exactly. And he's nowhere to be found. And then you find him, I don't know, hiding between the chairs. Who? No, there's no such thing in existence anymore. You understand? Yet he knew that he's supposed to be the king. He knew that everybody, the whole Jewish nation is there to crown him, to say, Yechia Melech, long live the king. Where is he? Hiding in the luggage. They had to go search for him. Shaul, come, okay? You're the king, all right? But nobody says that this is his modesty. You understand? Nobody says. Also, I want to give you another example. It says when David HaMelech, you know, the Shaul, I don't know how the background of everybody here. I'm just mentioning things from the Tanakh, just like this. I hope you flow with me, okay? You know that Shaul HaMelech was chasing after David. At a certain point, David HaMelech was deep in the cave, and Shaul was in the front of the cave. And David HaMelech could definitely come and kill him, all right? So he describes how David HaMelech did not kill him. He just cut his clothes. And afterwards, when he left the cave, David HaMelech showed him, you see, I cut your clothes. You didn't feel. David HaMelech was like how do you call it? Quiet, like a tiger coming to, right? He could do things very, very quietly. He cut his coat, and Shaul HaMelech didn't feel that he cut his coat. So afterwards, when Shaul HaMelech leaves the cave, David HaMelech comes after him and tells him, look what I did. I could have killed you. I did not kill you. What does it show about me? That I love you. That I'm not your enemy. Basically, in this whole scenario, it says that how David HaMelech sees him. Why was Shaul in the cave? where all the army of David was. Because Shaul went to go to the bathroom, to go to urinate. So it says that the way that he made, like urinate, he was so Tsnius. Number one, he went away from his own army to go to a cave that nobody should see him. Number two, in the cave, when he thinks there's nobody there, what would you do? Nobody's there. You're in your own bathroom. What do? You don't pay attention whether you're Tsnius or not. He thought that he was alone in the cave, and he was covering himself, 2 covers, in order to go to urinate. You understand what a Tsnius person he was? Nothing that we can even understand. And David HaMelech looks at it and he was like in awe of this tzaddik. What a tzaddik. So if you want to give a verse from the Torah, from the Tanakh about the Tsnius of Shaul, you definitely could choose one of these 2. Either modest, that he didn't want to be crowned and he was shy, or Tsnius, modest, even when he's alone, he's covering himself 2 times. No, none of the above. Okay? Girls, what I'm doing is this. I'm going to show you each verse and then you'll tell me what's Tsnius. Okay? Shaul, you know what it says? You know that he was going to look for his father's oxes. And he went to Shmuel HaNavi to ask him, do you know where my father's oxes are? He was a Navi, he was a prophet, he could see. While he came to Shmuel HaNavi, Shmuel told him, I know where the oxes is, but I have a more important dealing with you. You are going to be the first king of Israel. Okay? And he crowned him, basically, he anointed him, hiding it secretly. It says that when he went back home, who knew the secret that he's a king now? Only him and Shmuel. The guy that he came with to look for the oxes, the guy that he went back with home, he did not tell him the secret of him being a king. Okay? This is what the Gemara gives as a proof that he is Tsnius. All right? I'm going to write it here. Give me the word. Give me. You tell me. No? In English. Give me a title for that.
Modesty.
Yeah, but like...
No, but I mean, see, that's the word we use in English in modern
For modesty?
times. Well, we'll say this is a very modest person. They don't reveal,
Yeah,
they don't
yeah.
brag
But
about
when we
themselves.
say Tsnius, what do we mean that? What do we mean by Tsnius?
Well, we mean modesty
Exactly.
regarding
Okay?
clothes, but
We mean
modest
clothes.
behavior.
We mean exactly.
Doesn't-
A
you
modest
don't
behavior,
brag.
meaning you would call it. So let me give me a title for that. What did he do? Did
Humble.
not.
flaunt himself.
He did not flaunt himself. Okay, that's good. Didn't you know what? Not even flaunt. Didn't reveal the what? The secret. It was a secret. He didn't reveal the secret. Bottom line, this is what it is. He didn't reveal the secret. Now, soon I'm going to tell you all of the above, why they would have a much better life if they would have done these things. Okay, just a second. Esther. Esther, you could say she was so modest. I'll give you a verse from the Megillah itself, how she was so modest. It says that everybody, Esther, Queen Esther, okay? It says that Queen Esther was very modest because, one of the things that you could read from the Megillah is that everybody was asking, she was in a palace that everybody could ask for whatever they wanted to find favor in the king's eyes. You better be the queen, because if not, you're in a harem for the rest of your life. So if you're already volunteering to be the queen, or you were kidnapped to stand in line for the contest for being the queen, you better get as much makeup, a production situation, as much as possible so the king would like you. You understand? And therefore, all the women there asked for the world. Elephant, music, whatever, just to make a nice, coming presentation so the king will be like, whoa, right? Esther lo biksha davar, ki im et asher yutan la. She did not ask for anything. Whatever they gave her, she took. What do you want, Esther? Nothing. 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 Tsnius, no, Tsnius.
Well, she didn't want to be.
That's not the Gemara.
She didn't want to be the queen.
She didn't want to be the queen, but she also didn't want to be stuck in the palace. Do you agree with me? And not just in the palace, in the harem. Any girl that was with Achashverosh once could not get out of the harem to be with anybody else. Their life was over. Okay? Because he was the king. It's not respectful for a woman of the king to be with anybody else. So if you weren't the queen, you were doomed for life. Esther was so beloved by everybody because when she was chosen, she actually asked the king to let everybody out of the harem. She felt so bad for the women, so everybody was out. Everybody was let out. But that was not to begin the idea to begin with. All right? So again, which verse is she given? Not that she didn't ask for anything. ואין אסתר מגדת את מולדתה ואת עמה. What's that? She kept her secret. She did not reveal her identity, her nationality, nothing. Why? Because Mordechai told her. That's it. You can kill me, you can convince me. I'm not saying what I'm not supposed to say. All right? Binyamin, which the Midrash adds, that's not from the Gemara, is Binyamin, the stone. You know there were 12 stones on the Choshen, right? On the breastplate. His stone is Yashpa. I don't know what you call it in English, but that was his stone. From the word Yeshpe. Yeshpe means I have a mouth, but I can keep a secret. Which secret did he keep? He knew that Yosef was sold. He knew that Yosef was alive for 22 years. And he did not tell his father because he understood that God doesn't want him to know. So again, okay? Ishpa kept secret of Yosef. That's Binyamin. Can you tell me what Tsnius?
Keeping secret.
Being able to keep a secret. That's according to the Gemara. This is Tsnius. So everything that we're saying about the length of the skirt and this and that, it's a symptom. It's how do you call it? It's a expression of Tsnius, but Tsnius is being able to keep a secret. That's Tsnius. Now, what does it mean? By every one of them, if they did not keep a secret, they would have a much easier life. For example, if Rachel would tell Yaakov that, you know, my father wants this and this and that, she would be the only mother. She would be the only mother. Or, for example, if Shaul would tell the guy that came with him, you know, today the world changed. Yeah? Because, why did the world change? I'm not the person that I came with, that you came with. I'm a king. So you came with a regular person, now you're going back with a king. You know what it means? If somebody has such a secret, you don't burst to tell people, you know what I'm saying? No. The same person that came is the same person that goes back. The same thing is here. Esther. If Esther would tell the king her secret, she wouldn't be under such danger. I'm talking about life danger. He did all kinds of things to convince her to tell her secret. He reduced the taxes and he gave gifts to everybody in the name of Esther. He made Esther parties and this and that just to convince her to tell her nationality. He also made a second contest of beauty to tell her, you know, you're not secure. You're not for sure the queen. All was to just push her to the corner that she'll feel threatened enough to tell, intimidated enough to tell the secret. No, she did not. You understand? What does that have to do with the Tsnius that we're talking about? First of all, we understand what Tsnius.
It's a type of mysterious message, no? They can.
They can what?
They're holding back.
So,
A secret.
so what does that mean? What does that mean? That you're holding back? I want to explain something that I feel that we hear it again and again and again, and I want to explain what it means. When you have a rich enough world, internal world, you don't need to externalize anything in order to get the approval of the environment. You understand? It's enough that I know. It's enough that I know that I'm the king. I don't need to tell you. In today's world, it's such a foreign idea because anything and everything that you do, you need to publicize. Everybody should see what I did. You know, in Judaism, there is such a concept, it's called matan beseter, to give tzedakah secretly, anonymously, that nobody knows who gave, nobody knows who is their benefactor, nobody. So where do you get the feeling of like satisfaction from?
Hashem knows.
Hashem knows. I know the person has a better life now. I'm satisfied from what I did. Nobody is there to approve me. You understand? Nobody is there to give me approval, a stempel of approval. I know what I did because I'm rich enough and secure enough, rich enough emotionally and secure enough, confident enough that I know I don't need the approval of people in order to get my approval of that I'm worth something. You understand? When a person is so rich inside, He doesn't need to externalize anything. And more than that, to keep a secret is, the more secret something is, the higher level it is, the deeper it is. The more you externalize and show it to the outside world, the more you cheapen it. Cheapen it. And I'll explain to you exactly what I mean. When you see a person, okay, what do you see? Clothes. Under the clothes you see a body. What's higher? The clothes or the body? The body, definitely. The clothes without a body are nothing. Okay? This body covers up on a nefesh, on vitality, on a personality. Okay? What's higher? What's more important? The body or the person inside? The personality, the character, the emotion. What's more important? The person inside. A body without a person inside doesn't mean a thing. It's a corpse, right? Even in this, the emotion, the character that you have underneath there a soul. What's more important, the character or the soul? Definitely the soul. That's what gives you life. What did I just explain to you? That the deeper it is, the more important it is, the higher it is. So the moment you take something that's supposed to be deeper and you externalize it, what did you just do to it? You demoted it a level. You understand what I'm saying? That means you cheapened it. I'll give you another example to make it more clear. The more, if something is deep, right? The deeper it is, the more important it is. The deeper it is, you don't see it. It's deeper and deeper and deeper and you don't see it. If you take something that's supposed to be deep and you put it in the outside, that means you just brought it down a level or two or three. Okay? You understand? I'll give you another example. Sefer Torah. When you go to Sefer Torah, do you see a Sefer Torah anywhere? First, there is a ark. And before the ark even, there's a curtain, right? You open the curtain. And then you open the ark. And then you see a Sefer Torah. Do you see Sefer Torah? What do you see there? You see a cover. And by Sephardim, there's even a case. A wooden. Okay? Now, if you tell me the mantle is beautiful, the cover is beautiful, the case is beautiful, but what's more important? And by the way, it's more beautiful than the parchment. Do you agree with me? Yeah? But what's more important? What are you covering? You're covering the more important part, which is the parchment. You understand? Now, the parchment itself, when you look at the parchment, just a parchment, and then you see the ink on top of it, what's the importance of it? The content of it. The ideas behind it. You understand? So even what you see is a very external level compared to what it contains. And even that, there's a deeper level, then there's a Remez and Drash and Kabbalah and Hasidus, all in the parchment that you just see. The higher it is, the more concealed it is. So if it's higher and it's more concealed, anytime you reveal it, what did you just do to it? You cheapened it. Do you understand what I'm saying? Very important for me to understand that. Anything that has to be intimate, anything that has to be between you and your husband, for example, it's a secret. The moment you externalize it and you show the whole world, you're cheapening it. You understand? When my husband wants to kiss me in our bedroom, beautiful. I don't need the whole world to see the kiss. Not just that I don't need. What do I do to that kiss? I cheapen it. Because it's things that needs to be hidden. And the moment I externalize it, I demote it, I bring it down a level. What I just explained to you right now. A secret is something that's supposed to be hidden. It's supposed to have a certain framework within which you can reveal it, but not to the whole world. When it's revealed to the whole world, that's it. It's not a secret anymore. So that secret loses its preciousness. And so every time that a couple goes on vacation, not everybody needs to know on Facebook. Or a letter that the husband wrote to his beautiful wife for their 5th anniversary. Why do you need to put it on Facebook for everybody to read? It's between you and him. It cheapens it. You're not satisfied with only your husband telling you a compliment or giving you a letter. Why do you need to show it to the whole world? You answer me according to that. Why do you need to show it to everybody?
You don't have confidence in yourself.
You need the approval of the public. Whoa, what a nice relationship. Wow, her husband is so adoring her. You understand? This is the opposite of Tsnius. Keeping a secret is being able to appreciate things that are private. Not everything has to be in public. And sometimes if you would reveal certain things, sometimes it looks like, wow, you're going to gain, you're going to be, more famous, more this, more that. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Things that are secret should stay secret. Otherwise, there's no secrets in the world. Do you understand what I'm saying? This is the essence of modesty. And from that comes all the things that we know of. Now, I want to talk a little bit about this for a second. If you have a question so far, please ask me.
An example with the Torah, we reveal Hasidus and
Yeah, but we reveal it because it's the right time to reveal, right?
Yeah.
Because until then, there was a problem with revealing it. The Arizal said, now is the time to reveal, but until then, you couldn't reveal it. And by the way, even when Alter Rebbe started revealing it, there was a big Kitrug and Shamayim. Things that are secret, it's very, it should stay secret. If the prince is sick and he's about to die, okay, reveal it. But it's not like everybody come. You understand what I'm saying? So.
But the problem of revealing, it's just like in the wrong place in the wrong time. The right place in the right time, it's okay. Like it's not
100%. Exactly. The secret is not something that you should keep with yourself forever. No. The secret's in the right time, the right framework. Obviously, it needs to be there, right? It needs to be revealed. Now, so this is what the Gemara calls Tsnius. Tsnius is the ability to keep silent, the ability to have a strong enough character that you don't need to show everything to the outside, that you feel secure and confident with yourself, that nobody needs to approve of you. It's enough that you know what you did. It's enough that your husband, it's enough that Hashem, you don't need everybody to know. When can you have it? When you have a rich enough world inside. Then you could do that. Now, according to Torah, the way that Hashem created the world is that there's a person, any animal, any person has two different powers in them. One is to actualize his life, and one is to guard his life. For example, a lioness, okay? She needs to go and conquer and get food and get, have a meat to bring back, meat for her little cubs, right? So that's going outside. When she comes home, she has her own territory, and she keeps her, and she feeds her kids and this and that. Anybody that will come close, what did she do? What would she do? She would attack, all right? Like a lioness, okay? This, what? A lioness? A lion? A lion is...
Leo.
Okay, lion.
Okay. Lion. So, a female lion is lioness, okay? Anyways, girls, you see here two different movements. One is to the outside, and one is to the inside. I'm guarding, I'm defining, I'm putting borders, right? Also in our body. We are a person that goes and works and talks and teach and this and that. That's our face to the outside. But we also need to guard ourselves, right? Even our organs are guarded. By the way, the more important an organ is, the more protected it is. For example, the brain is under the skull. And the heart is under the rib cage, right? Anything that's like really, 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 something that vitality depends on is guarded much more. And bichlal, a person at large has a very big protector. It's called the immune system, right? You have an immune system. So every person, he has his face to both ends. On the outside, to go and to act in the world and to affect the world and be affected by the world. And on the other end, he needs to go back and guard and protect himself. Is that understood? When a person gets married, that's a complete person. Until now, you are half. That's a complete person. You have two parts, the same two parts. One toward the outside world and one toward the inside world. Who's taking the role of the outside, going to conquer, to get, to work, to is the man. Who is in the home? She can work, but who is the one that defines the home? The one that the home gets her flavor, her essence, her style. Who is it? The woman. Okay? If the woman was into health food and her husband wasn't, guess what will happen in 2 years? Her husband's into health food, whether he likes it or not. Okay? This is what happens in the house. The woman gives it her flavor, her style. She's the one that defines the home. Hashem gave it to us to guard and to the men to conquer. What did I tell you guarding is? Allah, what's guarding?
Protection,
Give me another word.
boundaries,
Give me another word.
keep it secret.
Keep it secret. Give me another word. Guard. Huh? Yeah. Tsnius, girl, Tsnius! This is Tsnius! You understand? The koyach, the power, the ability, shmirah of guarding equals koach hatzniut. When something is tsanua, is guarded. When the first tablets were given and everybody was there and the thunders and the storms and the this and that, what happened to them?
Broken.
They broke.